Some said I wasn't gonna show up. At least that's what the talk is about. But you've spent the last 3 months on Twitter squawking about writing all of your rounds in awkward amounts, so I'd feel kind of bad ignoring you now. Hello, C-rap. I just came through to thank you. I only accepted this battle to get another dude to pay for a room for me and the missus to engage in lewd behaviour without any interruption from our passive-aggressive, intrusive neighbours. It's a genuine pleasure to finally meet the one person left on Earth that cares about sharing a stage with Adam. Guess to get big, you gotta have your piggyback like David Cameron's aching passion when he's faced with gammon. But I didn't step in here with a complacent swagger because C-rap's living proof if you ain't prepared. Mistakes can happen. That'll get there later. He's coming here thinking, oh, I gotta make an impression because probs are great, and he'll leave wearing his I just got told I was adopted face. Now, either you've got alopecia, in which case that's a proper shame and I haven't got a lot to say, or you keep going to that hair salon across the way that's constantly having special offer day. Like 50p for the shotty fade. Matthew Ganley spends his free time looking like Mahatma Gandhi dipped in a tank of damn bleach. Bridging the gap between acting bad and acting badly. Now, I haven't studied film in depth since I survived my degree, but I'm pretty sure if a gent has an agent and the actor's life is the life that he seeks, you should probably have more credits than the 5 I can see on IMDb. Don't worry, they're super exciting but brief. Like, no. If you pause at 5:53, you can kind of just see the right side of a knee that has the likeness of me. Despite the face and the voice, you would make for a terrible sex offender. Because you are not exposed. Which is why you keep dropping roles like when you played that Scotty bloke on Hollyoaks. Let me rephrase that, you were on Hollyoaks. So what, is battle rap your way of telling us you no longer know which way you want to go and you know what happens to complete arseholes when you drop the soap? Now, you know that Mos is still in charge tonight. His roles in soaps are pretty hard to find. Unbestowed with Fibonacci's mind, you got Joey Tribbiani's life. But you know what? Your name is like a priority list you skipped most of for cheap laughs, like A, be yourself, B, be original, C, rap, or C, a bull pretender vaguely toying with adequacy. Nope, C, a parody of a parody parodying parodies. Now, I've comedy rapped myself to bankruptcy and back, you see. Even as a parody, you haven't put in the graft you need, so this is not your vision. I learnt about myself through music and built a lot more with it. What was your idea of that? Bought ticket, fucked off to India, legs crossed, floor sitting, and now you think you've got it all figured with your cocksure image? Now that proves is that meditation is still the white bald man's national sport, innit? My life is better due to trial and error and surviving the weather. That's a lot more vivid. But you had to go abroad to soul search. That's offshore fishing. Most of these will hit you on the way home, by the way. It'll be a really interesting walk. So you think you can make my bars have a weak effect by removing yourself from the scene you set like a proxy redirect? For you, this is just showreel material. Just another pastiche of a character he reflects. I just show real material. This is me you get. Time.
So, I'm battling Adam Fellman. What a brilliant weekend. Because you are Battle Rap's #1 online blogger. Please, can we be friends? I mean, your rapping's tame as shit, but your blogging game's legit. So you succeed by association. It's battling's Jaden Smith. Right now, it's like I'm Kendrick collaborating with a bitch, because tonight there'll be bare blood for Mrs. Fellman Taylor Swift. Because you were Battle Rap's oddity, then Battle Rap's prodigy, then BattleRap.com to blog when battle standards rocketed. Since Ogmios, it's obvious that you've been flopping horribly when we discovered your shit. Byproduct of a colonoscopy. So I knew researching for this was going to be a chore, having to sit and watch your shit re-click and sit with it some more. So I made an observation for us to consider with some thought. He looks like Postman Pat, but his delivery is poor. Yeah, that's right. Postman Pat, token twat, vocal tones of Roland Rat. If I'm ever going to watch another battle with you in it, it'll be this one I'm winning. Now I'll toast to that. So it's like we're witnessing the death of a seaman, desperate to get to that egg and can't accept he's been beaten. So now he's a jizz stain on a bedsheet that's been left for the cleaners because you're getting washed up, aired out and deleted by the very scene you believe in. Because yes, your success has regressed and we forget your achievements, but I connect to the grieving. I never would have guessed that the hair on my head could just get up and leave me. Over 10 months, it was intent on receding quicker than the recession in Greece or an excellent evening. But the one difference between my hair and your career's irrelevant meaning is that with me, the grace and acceptance exhibited was seamless. You're dragging out your career, kick yelling and screaming. Because I lost the one battle I've ever done. So now I've nothing to lose but failure. I'd say you cut your nose off to spite your face, but well, that'd be doing your face a favour. Because when it comes to the growth of the features of your face, it's safe to say your nose is the leader of that race, but we'll save those face jokes for later. Okay, now it's later. You have a shit face. It's like you're wearing a rubber mask of your face on top of your actual face. On some Mrs. Doubtfire Robin Williams shit. Could do with shedding a layer, mate. Something your dick is all too familiar with, because circumcision got it looking like a purple turnip or the head of a turtle swimming, and I don't care. I don't care, sorry about this. I don't care if your wife thinks it has a nicer texture. I don't care if your wife thinks it has a nicer texture, okay? It's more hygienic and at night provides a higher type of pleasure. No. If your guy's been severed, the result of this type of terror is the equivalent of living outside forever. Because here's why I think that it's actually shit. The unimaginable risk after having a piss. You've emptied your bladder, then waggled the drips. You're late for your train, and at the snap of a wrist, like a knife to salami, it gets trapped in the zip. And with the absence of skin to handle that hit, I'm just glad my surname isn't Fellman like him. But I've got to applaud. You built up a rep by knocking on doors, 40-odd battles, possibly more, and the lesson I learned from those bodies you caught is I have never seen a head quite as oblong as yours. I mean, damn it. I'm trying to be catching a body. It's my second battle. I'm getting distracted by your massively angular noggin. I can't look because it's putting me off, and for that I am sorry, but if I move my hand, I may as well be battling SpongeBob, a lunchbox, or the fucking back of a lorry. Because if you think my career's in the dirt, mate, yours is in reverse. So this is ascending with a purpose versus descending because you're worthless, because I'm rising up out of the ashes of the very furnace your career was burned in. Your career was burned in. And I really, really wish I could remember my last line, but I can't, so I'm just going to call it, that's time.
You said I had a shit face. I can't ignore the fact, and that was kind of awkward, man, but at least my terrible face isn't all I have. Implying that you have nothing above your face. Wake up, human beings! Now, I saw no connection between you and battle rap outside of being an avid fan. And then I saw Once the Musical in the West End on your resume. So thanks for that. Now, on the musical theatre stage, he can sing, he can play. The Daily Mail readers say that he was great. But they also think that about the Aryan penis shape, telling people of different creeds and shades to keep away in Theresa May. So, it's a wonderful fan club you're breeding, mate. But nah, Once as a movie was something. Finds the freedom and movement in the cruelty you're busking, and Glenn Hansard's voice sounds like Vesuvius erupting. He's a musician, you fuckwit. I find placing that role in the clammy hands of a flagging boy band frontman unusually trusting, because Ronan Keating's career's crudely constructed and he's contributed nothing of any beauty or substance. So taking a broke person's musical struggling... Look, I am. Taking a broke person's musical struggling, adding dance routines and tubas and trumpets is to reduce it to nothing, and that's exactly what you're coming here today and doing, you muppet. You are the Ronan Keating of battle rap. Good luck sleeping. I hope you can handle that. But actually think about it. The upper crust thumbing through $100 for a comfortable seat because they're rich and they're bored and want something to see. And that's apparently watching spoilt RADA wankers whose banker daddies funded their studying fee ruin great songs on 100 guitars instead of the one that you need. Finish up. Exhort the first opinion they've had in a couple of weeks. Step outside. Pull their furs up in the blustering breeze. Then throw an empty cup at the feet of a busker called Steve who stood at the same spot since day dot. Through hail, rain, thunder and sleet. Stomping and strumming and busting his guts for something to eat. They walk on. Ignore another busker. Shun them. Repeat. I mean, does that sound right? And on the same level, I'm sure hip-hop for you's a decent joke. Something you can stick on your CV for show. Something casting agents can look at and read and go, theatre, TV, and... Whoa. Rhyming vernacular insults? How edgy. Cast him as MC really dope. And then legions of real rappers who've been practicing their ideas and schemes and flows, struggling to be exposed, have to watch this mug applying training other people paid for to scripts other people wrote. I mean, yeah, you've worked hard. I mean, look at the success you've become and the stuff you've done. I can see that that's true. I've worked hard at terrible jobs and done what I've loved for fun. Because I fucking had to. I wasn't fed this on a damn spoon. Sure, you can act, dude, but for battle rap, you were not necessary. Like any endorsement deal you get with Vidal Sassoon or other manufacturers of shampoo. For other manufacturers of shampoo. So, I definitely had more lyrics after this point, but I didn't give a shit about you as a human being, so I deliberately forgot them on the train up here. That was a tactic you used last time and it didn't work either. Isn't that fucking weird? See, I make choking an art form. You make choking something nobody asked for. Your entire back catalogue is you choking. Sometimes I get actual rhymes and jokes in. What are you, the Andy Kaufman of not saying much? I really need to stop this round because I've forgotten most of it, so if you come out to me afterwards, stay in touch. Fuck life and everything it stands for. Drops the mic.
Okay, so you dissed me for being in Once. You know what, for me that's just boring. Bottom line is, for 12 months I played an amazing stage, got paid a great wage for performing. I've saved up enough for my mortgage and now I have a little bit left over for a lovely weekend in Dorset, so yes, I endorse it. Oh, I better stand there because feedback. Now, congratulations, by the way, on getting married. I mean that. Now, pretty soon there'll come a time when your wife will dread you dropping your keks to the floor. In her eyes, you'll be like recycling, a necessary chore. So, Don't expect an applause after sex with your broad. She'd rather lie in a defiled cemetery giving head to a corpse. Because you know what rhymes with bored because the sex is an average repetitive chore? 40% of marriages end in divorce. So let's look at that future that's befalling you. Good God, what an appalling view. Babies bowling through the nights before a 9 to 5, scraping for scraps with the mortgage due. Your dull prospects make dishwater appear to emit the purest hue of gorgeous blue. And the one thing I forfeit before all of you is the fact you might have this to look forward to. Yeah.
Rogaine.
Baldness, dude. It's an unfortunate truth, but me, I'm doing awesome. You would be like the result of an awful brew after the tea bag gets left in it for 4 minutes or more to stew, leaving you bitter and disposable, like Woody in Toy Story 2 getting put to the top of the shelf with his right arm torn in two. This is me warning you. Now, I've noticed a lot of rappers tend to lose their shit over a critique they may read on their YouTube clips. It's like they'll only take opinions if it proves they're sick. A bunch of overripe bananas that brew so swift. So with that being said, this is a test, and I've taken the liberty to print some real opinions on your battles that go a bit like this. Mos Prob needs to fuck off. In response to a recent clash. This prick has the shittest delivery. Harsh, but with a degree of fact. Mos Prob is hilarious. There you go. Yeah, but would you believe a man called Donkey Dick 84 at _ Jesus swag? In my eyes, you are no winner. You birthed the style I like to call troll hipster, using sarcasm as a crutch for dodgy setups that use weak filler like a rogue builder. When your material is shit, you deliberately flow shitter to undermine the bad bars, like, I obviously pull a load of triggers because I'm a total killer. You're blind to my forced setups. No siller. So it's either awkward parody or rapping raw and angrily. Drop the mask, it's all an act, just a sordid fantasy to avenge those bullies that left you a walking casualty. But Adam, Mos Prob is now your sword of Damocles, just hanging over Adam like that poisoned apple tree. Because when you battle rap, it's all just gimmickry, so you never represent yourself with authenticity. Because I mean, thank you. You never represent yourself with authenticity. God damn it, same thing's happening to me. It's crap, isn't it? It's rubbish. And I've rehearsed this 8,000 million times. You've never... Okay, so I've got it. So this ain't no David and Goliath thing, but you are getting served like the last days of Leviathan. You battle to get a thick skin, like I'll be brave to survive in this. But what good is a thick skin if you're not comfortable in it? You have a bad case of psoriasis. But you know, it's not all bad. I checked your EP. And as you know, I had mad props to share. But that was before I set ears on that last song you shared. A 6-minute tale of love for that one you snared. Like, I've met myself with breasts and long hair. Well, I threw up on my screen, and for that I was not prepared, and you know I owe me £89.50 in laptop repairs. But I did like one of the songs with all its syllables and words, in the way an ex-smoker enjoys a rollie made out of cinnamon and herbs. I didn't really like it, and it made me sick a bit at first, and I had to adapt, and sure, it was the epitome of nah, but ultimately, it will never be a real hit that works. Time.
Round 3, it's on Mos Prob. Let's go.
Before I start, you pointed out quite tragically that 40% of marriages end in divorce. 100% of Matthew Ganley end up in incredibly bald. And yes, I'm a walking casualty, but you were sliced off your lefticle for a walk-on in Casualty. Because your head is round, it blows my mind. Your sad transatlantic flights don't have a cycling option. I'm all up in your face like sinus problems, yeah? It ain't like you to face me, I do this daily. I got a gun so big it's a ukulele. I got sights deadlocked, the red dot on the headshot. Went on spotlight to try and take a shot at your headshot. Look at the spotlight popping up in your headlocks. Took one look at the info and then stopped. Cause this is your career, right, Matt? I ain't allowed to be critical, but you've been telling lies and telling lies ain't original. And since I found out I've had it in for you, cause you says your hair's brown, it's not brown, it's invisible. Yeah, but he just adequate seeming droll. He's a crap vegan actor, that's why you've never had a meaty role. Of the instruments he plays, there's an extensive list, except 90% of it stuff basses played to pretend they're instrumentalist. And on the page where it mentions it, there's an asterisk next to all the stuff it says he's highly skilled at guitar, drums, bass guitar, mandolin, golf, pool, singing, swimming, cricket, badminton. Badminton. Who here likes badminton?
Another ball guy.
Fuck you for liking badminton. What is this acting in? What are you using in your acting with? Who plays a sport with the word admin in? Whacked your cross over there, that's why you've chosen battling. You're not a rapper, you're not even a comedy rapper, you're not even a comedian who's entered a less obvious chapter. You're a pantomime actor, title never properly matter. Before you knew I existed, I robbed you of your loyalty factor. Yeah, I've washed up, you haven't got stuff wrong. At least I had a high tide to wash up from. Yeah, I was scared of the Jesus out of you, cause the astonishing, astounding truth, and this round is true. There's fuck all point in having all those strings to your bow if every single one is out of tune. Come please, the second I need to borrow you. Come here, I need to borrow you. Give me head. Thank you for having me, Freestyle Fictionary. Sorry to Matt Ganley. Big up to Vegan and Visceral and everybody.
Make some more noise for Mos Prob. Round 3. It is on C-rap.
We're going to go a bit jazzy to start with, alright? When you stepped up to rep the scene, I was like, what the fuck? This is what it definitely needs. The result of a lab test, crossbreeding session of sex between a womble and a moomin dressed in specs and jeans. Yo, my ukulele's known for bringing out the riot cops. The sound it makes can turn a quiet practice to a cypher spot. You have a massive uke to make up for a tiny cock. Yet now I'm proving I don't need a strap to fire shots. You keep reminding us you're comfortable and middle class. Well, congratulations, but pray we're sick of hearing that it's not keeping it real, because you're spitting facts. It's more subliminally spitting down onto the working man. And speaking of work, how do you find the time to write your rhymes, prepping for battles? Now you're shackled to a 9 to 5. Well, that's right. You ain't rapping it fresh. You're strapped to a desk as open mic to hand you a check. There was never any hopes of shutting your lunar, so you wound up doing coffee rooms in an office at Boop. Ruthless rappers turn to clueless rappers. You get embodied by a fruity actor. And you have a pet pug just to feel that love. And I'm a fan of dogs myself, so I don't mean to be so blunt. But every time it licks your face, don't be believing in its front. Your pet pug doesn't love you. It's just a needy little cunt. If you had no skin. Progressively dwindling sense of self-worth. Due battle rap? I don't know. His palms were swaying, knees weak, arms were heavy to start with. It was Mark Grist. You got pardoned, buried. You resurfaced with weak verses, white bars of plenty. You flopped hard against obvious. You were large and sweaty, and you broke down. Your whole sound exposed a clown. You opened your mouth, but the jokes poured the crowd. It's hopeless now. Stop digging up holes in the ground, cause you're raking up old graves. Your time's over. Blow! Now you face a new problem. Your rap's a tame and you've suffered. Every cloud they say, cause on your battling days you can go back to masturbating to Jules Holland. And you're Jewish. I'm an atheist. Congratulations. But must have made for some really comfortable family dinner table conversations. Hey Jews, don't take him back. He betrayed you. Now he's an atheist. Remember, don't let him into your house, cause you know he'll only try and sell you his mixtape. And this song's called Southend-on-Sea. It's a shithole. I'm glad I'm not from there. Quick pop! Mos Prob is from a little Tory seaside town. Morrissey famously critiqued it as the one they forgot to close down. It has the longest pier in the world off a shitty beach. That's quite fitting because each second there feels like eternity to me, yeah. Your dad's your brother, your mom's your sister, you all play piano. Well, I would too if I had extra fingers. When I arrived, it was far from a sweet surprise. The sign said, welcome to the hills, have eyes. Except it was real life, and there was no black people anywhere. Just an old man eating his own testicle hair. The tap water's 12% chlamydia, so please don't drink the water if you ever have the misfortune of visiting. God, Mos Prob, you know what? Between you and I, speech impediments making sense in your droopy eye. You make a great case for people to be euthanized. Legalize suicide, leave aside room for pride. Cause homosexuality, repressed there. The only place you like hair is chest hair. Keep it in the family to get respect there. The irony, a bunch of Tory twats on welfare. No minority. They don't even serve black tea. I feel like I'm in Mississippi done. Mississippi in 1963. What a shithole. So let's toast this. I've just read Moses' rep, roasted this wet bloke you were meant smoking, hoping I was gonna get over by this less successful Seth Rogen with a stretched nose. And a dress code that screams, I have been friend zoned, but I only best those headphones. Bumping everything from Deftones to techno, from elbow to Ben Folds. Cause I'm a hipster, a klepto, and I'm also a pretentious twat. Fuck you!
Right, well, basically, yeah, I watched C-rap before, I've seen Mos Prob before. C-rap on that, straight up, like delivery, style, it made me laugh. I wanted the toilet, and I held on for all his lyrics, and yeah, he just killed it in every single way. Mos Prob was genuinely, he brought his game, but C-rap had that little bit of edge, so C-rap, that's my vote. That's done. That's done. Yeah, done.
Okay, so it was a good battle. I really enjoyed it. I broke it down round by round. I took notes of everyone. So started off with Mos Prob. I thought the acting bad and acting badly line was very funny. The IMDb thing was great. And then C-rap, it was a we see your shit side product of a colonoscopy was actually ridiculous. The Postman Pat flow was fun. Cutting off your nose does your face a favour was stupid. The rubber mask thing. He had the whole circumcision angle, which I thought was a bit like so I thought, and then he styled out his choke as well, which was good. So I'd say that was pretty neck and neck. Maybe C-rap taking the lead. Then we had Mos Prob, the fucking you are the Ronan Keating of hip hop was hilarious. The hip hop on your CV thing was good. He choked as well, but he freestyled it out better. But generally, I'd say C-rap took the second round with the fucking bored because sex is a repetitive chore. 40% of marriages end in divorce was silly. It was very funny, very funny. So I'll give round 2 to C-rap as well. The third round, the hip hop round, the music round was great. I was really backing Mos Prob. The 100% board flip on the thing I said from the last one was hilarious. But I'd say, yeah, that was really good. And Prob was really nice on the keys. So I was with Mos Prob until C-rap did the 8 Mile flow. And the 8 Mile flow just switched everything up. It was hilarious. And then after that, it just caught so much momentum. So, even though they were all close rounds and they were all sick, I'd say C-rap took it at least 2-1, if not 3-0. But only just by every round. It was a really good battle. Enjoyed it. Shouts to Freestyle Fictionary.
It was back and forth throughout the first couple of rounds for me. There were moments where I was a little bit more with C-rap, I think, than with Mos Prob. Mos Prob did pull it back at a few moments, like, I don't know, when it got to the musical round though, same as the last man said, from the moment he started opening with the 8 Mile riff, and beautiful, and then the musical progression of that whole section, absolutely brilliant. All of the stuff about his hometown, amazing. So for me, I think it would be definitely over to C-rap, definitely amazing.
It was very entertaining on both sides, but the winner was C-rap.
Where the fuck did he go? Where the fuck are the jokes? Where the fuck were you when I was at the end of the rope? I've been spending less effort getting them commendable shows and more in cementing friendships that never left me alone, and they get me to grow and reflect and disown nettles from rose petals that throttle the remnants of those connections that froze, developed to foes. If you ain't there for my woes, it doesn't really take much effort to phone. I shelf sham shackles and I'm making a purchase, cause human interaction got replaced by self-service. Yeah, I'm sure in the day I felt earnest, what place the world purpose, but the change I felt burning, and the stages I traipsed through to make myself worth it when you led me to meds. Day-to-day service.